Classical Conversations, Cycle 2. We are doing week 14, and we're going to start out with our geography. Our geography for this week is Baltic Europe. And if you can see, there's your Baltic Europe. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and Belarus. Last week, we did Northern European countries, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark. So this week we're going to learn a tune that brings all of them together, and it goes to the tune of Oh My Darling. And it's Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and Belarus. We're going to trace them on the map or use our little pennies to go around as we sing this song. Last week we did liquid equivalents. This week for math, we're doing linear equivalents. We're moving to math. And for linear equivalents math, we're doing also a jingle, and it goes something like this. 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. 12 inches equals 1 foot. 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. 1 kilometer equals 5/8 of a mile. And we'll do that. You'll see us say it, repeat it first, and then we'll learn the tune, and we'll be able to take our little steps forward. We'll be standing up for this. We'll take our step for an inch, a bigger step for a foot, an even bigger step for a mile, and then we might back up for our 1 kilometer, 5/8 of a mile, and start all over again. That is our math for this week. Then we move on to Latin, and for Latin, we go back to our first conjugation present tense. We're using a present, and we're like, oh, like you're so surprised we got a present. And it's to the tune of Where is Thumpkin? So we're O-S-T, must-is, and first conjugation present tense. And what we'll do is an activity in class where one side of the classroom stands up and does the O-S-T, and the other side stands up and does the must-is, and we'll go up and down, and then we'll all stand up when we say first conjugation present tense, okay? And that's something you can do at home between you and your child, and then both of you stand up at the end. Last week we did the Industrial Revolution. This week we are going to do tell me about World War I leaders. So you can see we have different World War I leaders: Clemenceau of France, Lloyd George of England, Nicholas II of Russia, Wilhelm II of Germany, and Wilson of the United States were leaders during World War I, which started in 1914 and ended in 1918. And there is a song that we will listen to that goes to this. We will learn that, and we'll also learn some of the hand motions, which is basically Clemenceau of France, Lloyd George. You can do the G if you want to, but you just stick with the L. Lloyd George of England. For England, we do our little T hands, and our little British hands for T. We go up and down. Lloyd George of England. Nicholas II of Russia. We bounce our hands on our hips. We do our N, ASL for N, and we bounce our hands on our hips for Russia. Okay? Wilhelm of the II of Germany. We're gonna do our W. And then we're going to, for Germany, just pretend like our hands are some birds, okay? Like a bird. And we're going to do for Wilson of the United States, we're gonna pretend like we have eyeglasses on, like this, okay? And then we're going to do of the United States, which is just going around halfway. We're kind of at our waist again, just like Russia, we're doing United States, okay? And those were the leaders of World War I in 1914 to 1918, okay? Last week we did space missions. This week we're doing what are the states of matter, which goes in good with what we're also doing in our science project. What are the states of matter? Solid, liquid, gas, plasma. And we're just gonna do our little body motions. We're gonna start with doing solid, and then liquid, our hands are gonna melt down to our sides. Gas, we're gonna swerve back up like this. And then plasma, we're gonna add our whole body to it, okay? We're gonna add our whole body to it. Solid, liquid, gas, plasma. We have English. We finished up our indefinite pronouns last week. This week we are learning about an adverb. What is an adverb? An adverb modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb and answers the questions how, when, where, and why. It's going to go to the tune Spoonful of Sugar. An adverb modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb and answers the questions how, when, where, and why. You might want to do that slowly, and then we can change our voices as well, and we'll just go through it a couple times. Okay, that is it for our grammar this week. We also will be doing Gainsborough and Fine Arts and 2 experiments called Cold Foot and Pepper Run in our experiment sessions. Presentations focus on eye contact, and we hope to have a nice fun review game. So I hope you guys have a great week, and that is just a reminder of what I plan to do in class for tomorrow. If some of it changes up, make sure that you pay attention, take notes, and ask me if you have any questions. Okay, we'll see you then. See you next week. Bye-bye.